Hello, 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 my friends. Let me know if you can hear me. Is this microphone on? I am so grateful to be here with you for Thursday, a noon realign your mindset for success. I am your friend, Deborah Deras, just in case you forgot me. I've been gone in Mexico for about a month. I was there, actually, not a month. I was there mentally a month. I was only there physically 2 weeks, but I wanted to share my experience with Dr. Joe Dispenza. So many of you have been asking me about it, and I just want to give you an overview for those of you that have been asking. And I'm going to put Dr. Joe's website if you're interested in learning more. I'm not here to sell or promote his work or my work. I'm really here just to share my experience. So, by popular demand, because I'd love to be able to meet with every single person that wants to know about it. But I thought, what's the best way to do it? Let's go live, right? And I can answer any questions you have. So feel free to ask them. All right. So, for those of you that have no idea who Dr. Joe Dispenza is or why I'm so freaking excited, why my life is transformed from his week-long advanced seminar. Dr. Joe Dispenza is just an amazing person. He is a chiropractor, expert in epigenetics, neuroscience, quantum physics, one of the renowned leaders in, being able to heal your body through the power of your mind. And just freaking amazing. Okay. I first saw him in the movie. I don't know if you saw the movie, What the Bleep. I even have the book about What the Bleep. And What the Bleep had all of these. I know I'm a nerd. Okay. I already know I'm a nerd. But he had all these different scientists, like quantum physicists and neuroscientists. And they were explaining, what is God and what is the world and what is the universe and how do we use our brains, and just fascinating things, questions you've always wanted to answer. And then every expert would answer. And Dr. Joe Dispenza stood out in the crowd with all the scientists. He was talking about how that we can create our day, how we can create our life by rewiring our brain. Because what wires together fires together. He said that in the movie What the Bleep, and it just resonated in my mind. What wires together fires together. What you think about, you bring about. Your inner world creates your outer world. That's what I got from the movie. Then I watched the movie The Secret. I don't know if he was in the movie The Secret, but Reverend Michael and a lot of other people talking about the law of attraction. And everything Dr. Joe talks about is basically the science backing up the law of attraction. You know what I mean? How our minds really can co-create our reality. And it's a very empowering concept, because instead of thinking that we are victims of conditions, circumstances, and our environment, we literally, through right here, have the power to transform our world, to transform our experiences, to transform our relationships, our health, our finances, our career path, everything that you desire to transform, to change, you can. And that's what was so empowering about this workshop. By the way, rewinding back, and feel free to ask questions. I'll turn on the comments so you guys can ask any questions you want. Hi, friend. Hi, Rosalinda. And I'll be answering questions. Oh, my God. So, Dr. Joe's story. Have you heard his story? You could go on YouTube and type Dr. Joe Dispenza. There's millions of podcasters interviewing him. I actually signed up. He has this thing called Ask Dr. Joe, and it's like $9.99 a month, and you can ask him questions and go on Zoom with him once a month. I know. I'm a super fan. Okay. Anyway, so Joe's story is he was a triathlete, and he was in a triathlon on his bike, and he got hit by a car, and he was supposed to have this surgery, this serious surgery that could be like causing him to never walk again. And he made that decision when he decided to walk out of the hospital and not get the surgery, that he could research, because he was a researcher, right? Scientist, how the brain works and how he could actually heal himself. And he did. He healed himself and then became really devoted and dedicated to helping heal the world. So one of the amazing things that I discovered at my week-long advanced training in Mexico, which I'll tell you more about in a minute. I just want to tell you more about Dr. Joe. So Dr. Joe has like an affiliation with this nonprofit organization that helps Mexican women in prisons heal themselves from all the wounds that they have that put them into prison. And their mission is to create prisons into monasteries where they're meditating and able to realign their mind, to be able to have inner peace either in prison or when they get out of prison, if they get out of prison. So, I mean, I've been to a lot of seminars, a lot of conferences, a lot of workshops with almost everybody you could imagine. Every spiritual leader, every, new thought leader. And some of them have been disappointing because they would try to upsell you. Oh, I'll give you the secret, but you have to sign up for this program. Or I'll give you the secret and you have to buy this. Joe is not like that at all. He's not like that at all. He wasn't trying to sell us anything, anytime. In fact, his whole intention was teaching us how to heal ourselves so then we could alternatively heal others and eventually heal the world. Remember the song by Michael Jackson, Heal the World? That's what Dr. Joe is doing. And he's freaking doing it with such passion. He's very passionate about it. And he's very, dedicated and devoted. And he wants us to be dedicated and devoted to being our best selves and learning how to change our brains, change our reality so we can change the world. So that being said, the conference was called the Self-Reflective Universe. By the way, Rosalinda, you could go to his website, find out the next one. I think there's two. One's in London, England, and the other one is in Niagara Falls. He has people, by the way, the conference I went to had people from every country in the world, from Afghanistan, from Saudi Arabia, from Venezuela, from Israel, from Colombia, from China, or 1,500 people all in this room, we think, to meditate. He doesn't give a lot of information, and I'm not going to spoil it for you. It's kind of like what Dr. Joe says is, you can't explain what it's like to eat a mango, right? You can't explain what it's like to eat a mango. You can only experience the taste, the feel, the texture, everything about that mango, right? So, I'm going to give you my experience, but the only way for you to really know is, you don't have, and he says, like, you don't have to go to the week long if you don't have that time or energy to do that. He has online courses and they're very reasonable, like $2.99 or something that you can listen to. But I will tell you, I listened to the online course because it's the progressive and the intensive. I've been listening to it for 4 years and it didn't click. My neurons didn't fire and wire until I went to there, because what he does is prerequisite has you listen to the online progressive and intensive courses. Then when you go there, it's like 75% meditation and 25% like science, every kind of science, epigenetics, neuroscience, quantum physics. It's fascinating. Okay. I just love it. And he explains it in a way where everyone can understand. The layperson can understand. You can understand. I can understand. It's freaking awesome. Okay. But look at this. So see this book right here? I don't know if you can see it. It has, I filled up an entire journal of notes and another journal of notes. So obviously I'm doing this. Why? Because what I teach is mindset, obviously. I've been doing that I've been a practitioner, I don't know if you know this, in neuro-linguistic programming, which is how to, train your brain and release limiting beliefs so that you can align with your goals and dreams. And I've helped thousands of people over the past 20 years of my business to do that at the subconscious level. So this is just another tool in my toolbox to help people through meditation to be able to heal and evolve. And, it's just so awesome. So let me break down some of what we learned so that you guys can get inspired, intrigued, and want to go deeper. That's my goal, that you'll be like, Maybe I want to watch a YouTube about Dr. Joe, or maybe I want to read his book, You Are the Placebo. That's a really good book. He has books on Audible, meditations on Audible, Amazon. You can look him up. Anyway, so the title of our seminar was called We Live in a Self-Reflective Universe. That's what this says. We live in a self-reflective universe. What does that mean? That basically our lives are mirrors of what we are putting in our consciousness. Dr. Joe says that we have about 86,000 thoughts each and every day, and 95% of them are the same thoughts as the day before. So if we are not aware of what is happening in our consciousness, the sum total of all of our thoughts, then we can just repeating the same bad relationship, the same stagnation in our career, the same stuckness in, our environment, whatever area of our life that we feel stagnation or stuck, it's because we're repeating. We're having the same beliefs and then the same behaviors and then the same habits and then the same choices, and then we get the same results. And that's rude, right? We're like, oh my God, that's rude. And what do we do as humans? Usually as humans, what we do is we blame. Oh, it's because of this job. Oh, it's because of this neighbor. Oh, it's because of this relationship or lack thereof. And we start becoming a victim of our experiences. However, what Dr. Joe teaches, Dr. Joe Dispenza, is that we are not victims. We are at cause, right? So when we are aware, by the way, when I talk about alignment, the A stands for awareness. When we are aware that we are living our world based on past, like if you think about relationships, sometimes you bring an old relationship into the present. You're like, oh, well, in the past, I was hurt. In the past, this did me wrong. And we bring that in unconsciously. So what we're doing with meditation, that's what he teaches, meditation, is we're bringing the unconscious conscious. We're becoming aware of old beliefs, old patterns, old ideas, old choices that no longer work for us, old emotions, and we're making a decision to change. Literally, we can say to ourselves, change, change, change. Like when we go back to the past, right? One of the reasons I went to the event myself personally is because I had had 15 car accidents. I have to take a deep breath when I even just think about that. And so I had anxiety for driving. Makes sense, right? And so like going through, the many, many hours of meditation, some days we would start at 4 and end like 7:30. We went long days, and majority, 75% of it was meditation. But in the meditation, when you lose your personality and you get beyond the limitations of the mind, because the mind is limited. The mind thinks past, present, future, linear time. When you meditate and you go into the infinite, you're in the unknown. When you go into the infinite, you're in the unlimited. What is the name of my company? Do you guys know? It is Synergy Unlimited, right? Synergy Unlimited. And at Synergy Unlimited, we believe that with the power of synergy, anything is possible, right? And you can be able to co-create your life by becoming aware of your unconscious thoughts, making the unconscious conscious. How do you do that? He literally was teaching us about brain waves, right? When you're sleeping, you're in delta. When you're meditating, you're like in theta. When you're awake and paying attention, like hopefully you are now, you're in alpha, right? When you're, and then when you're really active, you're in beta, right? So he was teaching us that when we meditate and we're slowing down our brain waves, we can shift out of here, the limited mind, into the unlimited infinite. And it's crazy to be in the unlimited. I mean, I have never done drugs. I'm not a drug user myself. But I guess you could think of it like if you did like a mushroom or something and you're like, or ayahuasca, and you're like in this unlimited and your things are coming up and feelings. And like, I felt like I was a starfish after, because one day we did 4.5 hours of meditation, and I became like a starfish, and I was like going like this. I know it sounds crazy, but in this place of unlimited, you can change your brain. You can literally rewire the neural nets, the synapses that fire and wire together in your brain to be wired for what you desire, for what your visions of the future. So when we shift from our current state, which is focused on the past, repeating the same beliefs, the same habits, the same choices, and getting the same results each and every day, to a new unlimited way of being, which he teaches through meditation, through serious meditation, not like 15 minutes. I mean, he recommends we do a couple hours a day. If you think about it, investing your time and energy, if you want an unlimited life, 2 hours out of 24 hours isn't a lot to ask. And he even gave us like walking meditations to do. So you don't have to necessarily be sitting, but you cannot be lying down because you will fall asleep. Sleeping is not meditating. That is a totally different brain state, and you're not going to rewire your brain. You're going to get a lot of good sleep, and that's about it. But if you realize that we live in a self-reflective universe, then our inner world is creating our outer world, not the other way around. So he talks about how our personality creates our personal reality, not the other way around. It's not like our environment creates our personality. Our inner world is creating that. And I absolutely felt amazing. Like, I mean, you know me, I'm hyper. I'm allegedly ADHD, whatever. I have a lot of energy, right? So to think of sitting down for even 15, 20 minutes could seem like a lot. But when you leave your body and you leave your mind and you enter into the infinite, it's like swimming with the fish. I love snorkeling. I did snorkeling after I finished meditating for like a week, and it was just like heaven on earth, just to be present, just to be in the moment, just to enjoy the magnificence of the divine, the magnificence of love. And one of the things that Dr. Joe emphasized, and I learned this because, besides being a neuro-linguistic practitioner, NLP coach, I'm also a licensed spiritual counselor, and I studied with Dr. Michael Beckwith for 20 years. I became a practitioner at the Agape International Spiritual Center. And both Dr. Michael and Dr. Joe said the same thing. They're friends, by the way, is you don't wait till you have your dream job or your dream relationship to be grateful and to be happy. The prerequisite is you get happy first. You get grateful first. Imagining it, visualizing it is already done because the brain doesn't know the difference between visualization and reality. So the prerequisite for getting what you want, for getting what you desire, is knowing it's already done, being grateful for it as done now. And he was saying, both Dr. Michael and Dr. Joe say, the old model of the world, the Newtonian model of the world, cause and effect. I will be happy when I get this job. I'll be happy when I get this relationship. But actually, what you want to be is happy now, and then that relationship will come. Then that job will come, and you become magnetic. And this is what I have been teaching and preaching for years. Those of you that have known me, when I talk about success, I don't talk about success with hard work and hard effort, put the axe to the grindstone. I talk about success with ease and grace. And that doesn't mean being lazy. It means being aligned. Your thoughts and your emotions and your behaviors need to be synchronized to get the results you want. And I knew that intuitively, but I never understood it scientifically, what it meant to be aligned. I knew that there had to be synchronicity, right? Everything had to line up. But what I learned from Dr. Joe, blew my mind. He talks about heart and brain coherence, right? So we did meditations, breath meditations, to bring our energy up from our perineum up to the back here of our neck to the pineal gland, all the way up, using our breath like a straw, bringing the energy up, hit the pineal gland, open the third eye, boom, to align the mind and the heart. Because when the mind and the heart have coherence, he even, I think, sells a heart coherence monitor to see your heart coherence level, you become magnetic. You literally can think about something and then it happens. So what was happening to me while I was meditating, so my inner CEO was feeling guilty for taking off so much work, and I don't get vacation as a small business owner. You just don't, you're just not working, right? And during the time that I was meditating, I had like 4 huge speaking engagements just come in from people that knew me and that had seen me speak, but they had not referred to me in years. However, because I was magnetic in this heart and mind coherence, my vision for being able to transform, up-level consciousness on the world, spread tools to help people have the mindset to increase their sales, have peak performance, whatever their goals and visions were, to be able to fulfill that, the universe responded by sending me gigs. I was like, whoa. I was like, this is unexpected. But that's what it's like. So what Joe was saying to us is we have to get out of the state of the known, of the regular, the same thoughts, the same beliefs, the same choices, the same habits, the same patterns lead to the same results of where we are now, same personality. If we want to change and have more love or more abundance or more peace, I take all the above. More love, abundance, peace. I think peace first, love, abundance. Yeah, that's my order. Peace, love, abundance. Peace, love, abundance. PLA. Yeah, that's my request, right? We need to be different. And how can we get different? He uses the tool of meditation. I'm sure there's, every teacher has a different method. That is Dr. Joe's method. You can go to his website if you want and check out some of his meditations. And he has levels, like beginner level and then advanced. The beginner level, which I was doing for a long time, was 28 minutes. The level I'm on now is 74 minutes. And then who knows, I may be able to go back to the 2-4 hour level. But it is life freaking changing. It is life changing. I cannot tell you. I feel so much calmer. I have opportunities in my life that I've never had before that are really exciting. And I was only there with him a week. Think if I was like longer, right? So I'm super grateful for this time with him. And I would hope that, if you guys felt called for, you could do it as well. So I'm trying to look to see if there's any questions. My computer is acting kind of crazy right now. But I'm going to see if I can get it back to normal. Okay, there it goes. It just went into like high magnification. That's crazy. Interesting. Okay, so any questions for me? This is right on time, Camille says. Thanks for sharing your experience. Oh, cool. Yeah, I am just like blown away. And I am still, cultivating all the learnings and all the lessons. I'm not totally back in my body yet. I don't know if I ever want to come back completely into my body. And I'm going to synthesize all of these notes, and continue to do like little videos for you. So make sure you're following me also on Instagram, because I'll do shorter, like little reels for you on that. And if there's any, way that I can serve you, help you, I am here for you. So I just want to say thank you so much for tuning in. More insights to come. I just encourage you to realize the power of your mind. Your think box is what he calls your mind. It's limited. But your play box, which is the world of the infinite that you can connect with through meditation or through walking in nature, is unlimited. And that's where the possibilities lie. That's where we can really co-create from a really powerful, grounded, anchored place to create the life of our dreams. And that's what I want for everyone. My first business was called Passionate Living Now, and it was about helping you create the life of your dreams. And that's what I want to do. That's my intention, is that you are all on path for creating the life that you love, the life of your dreams, and that I can support you in every way to do that. Cool? Cool. All right. So I want to thank you all for tuning in. If there's any questions, I'm having issues seeing the comments. Oh, now I can see the comments. Thank you. My goodness. So if you have any questions, let me know. In a nutshell, we have the power to create our lives, to change our destiny, and even heal illnesses. There were people there at the event that were blind, that could see for the first time. This one lady found out her husband had dyed her hair a different color. She was mad. She's like, listen, husband, I don't want to be a blonde. Put me back to brunette. That was so hilarious. Then this other woman, this Mexican woman that was like in a walker that couldn't walk, after the week of meditation, she told me in Spanish that she had found her center and was taking steps. Sweet chills. So like my little problems are like wanting more peace or wanting more love. Other people like want to see, want to walk, like serious health conditions that are being healed through these meditations. And it's just freaking, it's unbelievable. It's awesome. It's like so awesome and exciting and magical and mystical and amazing. Hi, Liz. Did I have an aha moment that I experienced during the week? Such a good question. Girl, Liz, like, oh God, my heart just expands. I want to cry when I think about it. I guess my aha moment was feeling the love that we are swimming in. And it's kind of like we are fish in water, and you don't realize that you're surrounded by all this love and that it's everywhere, and that I have the capacity to tap into that anytime by going within. And you know that, Liz. I mean, we've been at Agape together. When you go within, sometimes you feel this overwhelming download of love, and it's just like, wow, your tears start rolling. I did not realize how much love there was all around me. And I did not realize that I had the capacity to really go that deep. Not just deep in love, but deep in peace. The aha moment, I really realized for absolute sure that I'm not this body. I mean, I have had so many people pass away, and seeing my brother when he was passed away, I realized that we are a soul, not a body, and that this is just a suit that we're carrying. But to experience it, Liz, to really experience it, the love and the peace of the infinite, it just blew my mind. It continues to blow my mind. And now I crave to meditate, like you crave like a food, or you crave to go to the beach or something. Like I crave to go into the silence, to go within. Because before, Liz, going into the silence was scary because it wasn't silent. It was just my thoughts. But I realized it's kind of like running. I'm a long distance runner. Like I've done 5 marathons. If I run for 30 minutes, I'm not even warmed up yet. It takes me like an hour and a half to get warmed up. So I realized when I was, it took me 30 minutes just to get into the brainwave state where I could feel love. I could feel the peace. If I do 30 minutes only, I'm still in the mind chatter. I'm not getting to the sweet spot. Does that make sense? I hope that made sense, Liz. Hi, Stacy, hermana de alma. Besos. You are a walking miracle. There's a reason that you survived 15 car accidents. Yeah, there is a reason I survived 15 car accidents. I never thought of it like that. And yeah, so every challenge that we've had in our lives, every like seeming breakdown, has been for us to gather a lesson, to have a breakthrough, so that we can be a walking, breathing, living demonstration for other people to have hope, for other people to have inspiration. And what really impressed me about Dr. Joe is how dedicated he is to the Mexican people. Like we did it in Cancun, not just because, it's a beautiful Caribbean place, but because of the energy of the Mayans. One day, Rosalinda, we were on the beach, we did these walks, and we saw a cloud in the shape of a Mayan god. We took a picture of the cloud and then we looked up the god, the Mayan god on Google, and we're like, oh my God. And you could, when you're standing barefoot in the sand, you could feel the vibration of the energy of the Mayans. I mean, they knew so much, creating Chichen Itza and the pyramids and oh my God, all the wisdom. It's just powerful. And the fact that he's so dedicated to doing the work with the women in the prison in Mexico, I'm like, that's just awesome because he could do anything, anywhere. And he really is conscious of where he has his events. He's doing the next one, I think, in Niagara Falls, which is another wonder of the world. But it's because it's all about energy. See, this is my CD on energy. It's all about energy. He kept saying, it's energy. It's energy, right? That's what makes you magnetic to attract your visions and your goals, your energy. Vibes don't lie. Anytime that my energy is off, my flow stops. Flow of business, flow of love, flow of this. So it's really our responsibility to keep our energy circulating. And one of the way we do that is through the breath. So we were practicing our breath work. And it was not like relaxing. It was like work. We were like pulling energy from here all the way up to here and then activating it. And Liz, when I was doing the meditation, and I saw somebody in front of me doing it because, we had an eye mask on. But when I got into the state of flow, my neck would go like this. And it almost looked like I was catatonic. Not just me, everybody. Like, because you literally surrender. And it was crazy because he had this art on the screen. And the art that he had on the screen of the thing was the same artist I have at home with the chakras. And the title of the art he had was named Surrender. And I contacted the artist on Instagram, I'm going to buy it. Because when we surrender the idea that we are our personality and that who we are is stuck and stagnant and set, it's not true. Every day we can wake up and be future focused and create the vision for our new life and our new destiny by making new habits, new beliefs, new choices. And to do that, we need to be conscious of our unconscious. And one way to do that is meditation. I'm sure there's lots of ways to do that, but that's what he teaches. It's fantastic. Fantastic. Oh, what was the name of the Mayan god? That happened to you, Liz? Shut up. I have to look it up, Liz. Liz, I will send it to you. And do you know the Mayan gods, each god has a purpose. Like there's a god for harvest and a god for rain and a god for this and a god for that. I have to look up which god that was. Crazy, huh? The Mayans were. And by the way, I got to practice my Spanish. I became like so super bilingual. Yo puedo hablar español como una loca. Estaba hablando con todas las personas en Mexico. I was like having a ball. And I met some Mayans, they don't speak Spanish. They, speak their Indian language. And one of them spoke Spanish and was telling me stories about mystical experiences on the beach. It was beyond awesome. And then what I did was, which I'm proud of myself, instead of coming back right away and going back to work and my thoughts, I took another week off afterward and I just went snorkeling and I just swam with the fish because here I was meditating in the infinite and then I'm swimming with the fish in the infinite ocean. And it was just like, when I came back, I felt like I was rocking. I was like, feel like I'm on a boat because I'm just like flowing in the flow. And that's why I'm going to continue to live my life in the flow. And I'm going to continue to serve you and share with you and help you and support you in every way I can. By the way, for those of you that are not on my email list, you could go to DeborahDeras.com. I don't think I have updated events yet because so much is happening, but there will be. If you subscribe to my email list, I have a free video on alignment. It's a free Align for Success video. And then I'll be letting you know. I'm going to start doing a lot more events, live events, online events, group coaching events, mastermind events. I'm just super inspired and I have so much to share, and I just going to continue to share it with you. So stay in touch with me. Find out more. You can follow me on Instagram, YouTube, Latina Speaker. I think that's all for now. Gosh, I could talk about Joe all day. I could talk about Joe all day. Wendy, I'm so glad you're here. Rosalinda, Liz, yes, divine flow and overflow. Thank you, guys. Thank you. Okay, my loves, I'm going to go back to work, let you go back to work, eat some lunch, and I will see you again. I'm here every Thursday at noon, sometimes live, sometimes pre-recorded if I have a speaking gig. But I'm just so excited about all that is for us. It's not for me, it's for us. Because whatever I learn, I teach. You already know that. So there'll be a lot more to come. If there's any specific thing that you want me to talk about, speak about, share about, let me know. You can DM me. You could also text me. I'll give you my cell. I have a mastermind group, and you can text me at that number, 310-945-5651. We're going to be starting our next Synergy Mastermind group. It was going to be in July, but July is going very fast, so it'll probably start in August. But if you're interested, you can text me, synergize me. It's 310-945-5651. Love to have you be a part of that. All righty. So remember, my friends, with the power of synergy, anything is possible.